What is up, my friends? 'Tis I, Closet Gamer, and we're back again for some more Age of Engineering. We're on episode 34 now, and we've spent the last couple of episodes setting up our nuclear facility and our mass fabrication and our replication and things like that. That's going quite well. It's really noisy over here though, so I won't spend too much time here. But how much matter have we got? We've got 115, yes, so we cloned a torch. So somewhere in amongst our torches, we have one that looks a bit more sneaky. Because the clones are always a bit more sneaky, aren't they? The clones are never trustworthy. These are going really well. These things are taking really long to deteriorate, but that's probably quite good because I've only got 4 uranium fuel rods going on there. Are we out of anything? Yeah, we're just out of uranium. Mind you, I haven't got it being piped over yet, have I? How's this doing? Yeah, I've got a steady flow coming in. I've got like 11 there. Let's grab those. Let's grab those and we'll take those back and we'll put those in. Because we're not going to spend too much time near the macerator today. I have got a plan for what we're going to do today. And it will please lots of people because lots of people seem quite frustrated that I haven't got my overclockers sorted out. Get up there. I want to be up there. That's better. That I haven't got my overclockers sorted out. So overclockers is the objective for today. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to automate the line. I think I'm going to go straight for an automated production line featuring several blocks. So I'm going to use a steam boiler to make distilled water. So for IC2 coolant, the recipe for IC2 coolant is not particularly clear in JEI what the hell you have to do to make coolant cells, right? So coolant cells in themselves are used for making the overclockers. So for a coolant cell you need a universal fluid cell with IC2 coolant in it surrounded by tin plates, okay? But it doesn't actually tell you how to actually make that. It just, it doesn't really say anything about what you've got to do. So what you actually need to do is you need to put lapis dust and also water in a solid cannon machine with a universal fuel cell, and that creates IC2 coolant cells. Now obviously it's more efficient to macerate lapis blocks, so we're going to be doing that. What I plan to do is to suck the blocks directly out of our drawer system and have a counter set up that's going to keep a little chest constantly topped up with lapis. Obviously I don't want to grind up all my lapis, I want to keep a little bit back. Maybe we'll have a chest that has like 10 coolant cells in it. As soon as I take one out, it will trigger the line to start making more. There's another good thing actually as well. If we look at overclockers, basically what you can do is you can create, if you do these, obviously you only need 3 coolant cells, so that's fine. So that's just like one fluid cell with 1,000 millibuckets of coolant in there. But if you go down to here, you still use the same amount of electronic circuits. What you do, you use more tin and more iron through these sort of intermediate stages here. But you get 12, you get 12 coolant, 12 overclocker upgrades. So I'm going to probably do that, and I think I'll automate the crafting. So I'm going to continue my love affair with this crafter. This RF Tools crafter. Actually, RF Tools, right? So the dev that makes RF Tools, McJutty, he's the same guy that makes Me Creeps. So I did like a mod spotlight on Me Creeps. It's doing really well actually. It got me quite a few subscribers off the back of that video, I think, because I got a couple that came in just at the same time that I released it, and it's got about 500 views now, which is probably like the biggest one of my most viewed videos. I mean, I know it's not much compared to like 1 million views that a lot of other videos get, but it's a long road sort of getting yourself established on YouTube, so that's really good. And if you are one of the new subscribers that sort of subscribe to the channel off the back of that video, then welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope it's going to be more than just you watching that video and then never watching another one of my videos again. I hope you like this series, and if you do, if you're one of those guys and you're watching this, then just leave me a little comment and let me know. And also, maybe introduce yourself as well, because I do like to talk to you guys. I think you seem to be a nice bunch so far. Not like some of those other shysters over on the Feed the Beast Reddit, to be honest. They're quite a salty bunch over there, aren't they? They kind of downvote friggin' everything over on that Reddit. But if you're from there, I do apologise if I just insulted you. I'm only joking. I love those guys as well. Right, let's get asleep real quick. It is night. Look, the sun's going down. Let me sleep, please. Now? There we go. Right, okay, here we go. Now, I've tried obviously to do a lot of the crafting for this off cam so we can get to the exciting bit. I've also set up some of the more boring stuff. So I've got a water reservoir hooked up onto here. I've got an MFE with some power in it and a transformer. I've kind of tapped into my power coming from my coming from here. This is struggling with power a little bit, but I'll need to make another nuclear reactor at some stage. But anyway, let's get this set up so we can actually start making some coolant cells and things and overclockers and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got my power coming in here. Now the heaters, wherever they are, where are you heater? That heater there is it's a tier 4 power thing, so it should be absolutely fine off there. And then I just need some of these coils in there, and that should start making heat once I put something on top of it. Now the other thing that I'm going to put on there, on top of that, is my steam boiler. Now prepare yourself, because this thing makes a freaking racket. If I put it on, it's going to quickly fill up and it's going to start exploding once it gets up to temperature. Right, now the idea is for this is you need to be able to switch this thing off, because it's a bit tricky. If it gets to 500 degrees, it'll explode. If it gets full up with steam and can't output the steam anywhere, then it will continuously make explosion noises, which is really, really, really annoying. You know, it's really friggin' loud. So you need a way to switch it off, and I've got an idea. I've got a plan of what I'm going to do. So let's get this condensed down. Now that, once it starts getting stuff, once that gets to 100 degrees, that will start getting the steam in there, and it will start making our distilled water. Now, it doesn't really need power unless you want heat vents on there. Now, I don't think I'm going to be making these at a fast enough pace that I really need to worry about that. Heat vents there, heat vents there. What are these for? Oh, they're probably for buckets, aren't they, or something? For buckets? I think they're for buckets. Right, so that's that. Now, I need to be able to switch this thing off. I need to have it automatically switching itself off, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a tank, and I'm going to have... Now where did I put these guys? Did I not bring my tanks? I didn't bring my tanks, right? Let me grab a tank. I think I've got some tanks. I did empty a little bit of my inventory out before I came out, right. What's this? Nothing in that one, that's good, okay. And then what's this? That's got lava in it. Do I need that? What I might do is I might just go and empty that into the old smeltery, so I've got 2 tanks. Right, let's put this one on here, and not like that. Let's say to it, right, output, there, push. Nice. It's going to fill up, it's going to fill up too much. That's a shame. Never mind. Right, we'll leave that there anyway. I don't really need another one. I don't think I do anyway. Let's go and see about doing this. Right, so what I'm going to use... That's freaking out a little bit, isn't it? This can go there, like that. And that's going to start receiving stuff. Cool. Yeah, nice. So that's going to start getting distilled water in it, which is exactly what we want. So distilled water. Now what I've got, I was looking through different ways that I could actually automate the on-off switching of this. Now obviously these guys, these MFEs, they will output based on a redstone signal if you want. Now I've got this set up to do not output energy on a redstone signal. There used to be, in Industrial Craft, there used to be a switching cable, and if you put a redstone signal on it, it would turn off the power, but they don't seem. It doesn't seem to be in here. I don't know if they've changed the name of it to something else, but it doesn't seem to be in the pack. I don't know why. But so what else? What else can we do? There's a different way to do it. So let's look at this liquid monitor from RF Tools. Okay, so what this will do, it will sit on top of here, and it will look at this, and it will say if it's more than 90% full, then emit a redstone signal. So that's fine. So what we can do is we can come around the back. We can look in our bag for this guy, for these, is it this one? Redstone conduits? Yeah. So now, when we come around here, and we can tack this onto this guy, like so. There we go. So that should work out quite nicely actually. Let's have it like that. Now what I need to do is to get that round on there like that. like so. Now that should switch everything off. Let's just test if it works actually. Not like that. Let's test if it works. Let's say if it's more than, I don't know, how full is it now? Not very full at all. Let's say if it's more than 2% full, emit a redstone signal. So it should be. I think that's on, is it? Is it on? So this should now be switching everything off. Yeah, it's switching everything off. Right, so we just want to set that back to 90%, and let's see if that works now. So that switched everything back on again. Good. Now this is producing steam. It's producing that. That's producing that. That's going well. Good, 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 good. Right, okay, now, the next thing that we need to do is our fluid solid canning machine. Now this guy, I think, what are you? You're a tier 1. So for you to work on our power, what you need is 3 of these guys. So that, like that, like that, and like that. Now, if I say to this, what I want you to do is to push out on this side. Push. You should be getting that. Nice. Distilled water in there. Now, what we also need to do is to automate the production of lapis dust, because this thing runs off lapis dust. That's the other thing the recipe doesn't tell you. And it also runs off these guys, these universal fluid cells. We need to switch this to enrich that way, like that. Okay, good. That's that, and that's that. So that's okay. That's doing well. So let's have the next machine that we're going to put down is the old macerator, and that can take in those. It needs some power, but it needs 3 of these as well. So let's grab those and put those in there. Now let's go underneath here. And let's extend our power so that we can run this along like this. There we go. Nice, noisy arse macerator. Right, you can wait for a sec. You don't need to be doing that. And then what we need to do is maybe get some of these item conduits and then have it so that we're extracting from this one. Actually, it's going to be an in-out, isn't it? It's going to be an in-out from a drawer maybe with some lapis in it. These lapis blocks maybe, but let's at the moment just have it as an extract, always active. That will take the dust in and it will put it in there, and that will be an insert. Actually that will be an in-out, so we'll have insert on green, extract on brown, always active, and then that will give us our fluid cells, our coolant cells, sorry. No, not coolant cells. Yeah, it's going to make coolant cells. So they're going to come into here, into our crafter. Okay, so our crafter tier 3, it's going to go there. Now, let's put that on there and say to him, what I want you to do is insert on brown, and then I want you to extract on, I don't know. Actually, no, I don't want you to extract at all, do I? Because I'm going to do all the crafting for you guys in there. So that's just going to be insert on brown. And then we can set up the recipes. Recipes that we're going to do is this. So one of these. So let's say that one's going to go there and apply that one. Right, so it's going to make those. If we give it some tin plates, let's put the tin plates in there. Now, how's this doing? This has got quite a lot in there now. So what we need to do is we need to get this on. We need to switch this on. And I'll just turn the noise down of this so that you guys can't hear it so loud. So let's see if our lapis dust starts making its way in there, shall we? Nice, that's going in there. Nice, the coolant cells are going in there. They should be coming in here. Yes. So now that should be making that now, shouldn't you? Why are you not making it? Ah, it's because you haven't got any power going to you, have you? Right, okay, so we need to run some power. I don't really have any power over this far. No power, but what I'll do, I'll tag some off of here, I think, actually. Right, perfect. Power on. Lovely. Right, now these are making the coolant cells, but what I don't want they to go into, I want them to go into the internal buffer. I want them to stay in there. And that's taking universal fluid cells for some reason. I don't want that to happen. I don't want those to get taken out of there. Right, now what I want to quickly do is to test that this actually works. So I'm going to disable that side for the moment, and I'm going to let this fill up all the way to the top, and we'll see how quickly it does it. It's producing about 100, yeah, about 100 a tick, is it? Every 4 seconds? Yeah, 100 millibuckets a tick. I can't bump this up anymore. That's as high as it will go. And these are only giving me 80. Why? Maybe I need some more coils. Have I got any more coils? Any more coils in here? What about in here? Oh yeah, I've got some in there, look. Right, let's grab this and see if that makes it go a bit faster. Can I go a bit faster? Oh, it's getting a bit more steam in it. Nice. Actually, that's going to fill up. So that's going to fill up with too much steam now, I think. It's going to fill up with too much steam, so let's take those two back out. And that's probably... Yeah, that's basically producing steam at the same rate that it's consuming it, which is fine. Because we don't want that to get full up. Because if that fills up, then that means that one gets a backlog and it starts building up steam inside itself. Right, so the next thing that we need to do for these coolant cells is to turn them into 30k coolant cells. So let's move that recipe to there. And then click apply on that one. And then we might as well do this one at the same time. So we need some more tin plates and some iron plates. But we can do that, that's not a problem. Let's click that apply there. So it will turn them into that one, then into that one, then into that one. So that's pretty swish. And the results of that go to the external. Okay. Actually, no, they all stay internal. They all stay internal. Let's do it all internal. That one anyway. Right. So they can go back in there. They can go back in there. They can go back in there as well. Now I need some iron plates for that recipe. I need tin plates for that recipe, and I need iron plates for the 60k there. Tin and iron. So let's go and grab some iron and some more tin as well. We might as well. Have we got any? What's this? This tin? Yeah, nice. And then this one's the iron there. Actually, I did something wrong the other day, and someone picked up on it. And you're absolutely right. I was putting my plates in the metal format instead of in the block cutting machine, which is a complete noob error. This is obviously a lot faster. It's a lot, more efficient to do it this way because it takes less EU and gives you 9 plates in probably the same time it would take to do that. So that was really silly of me. I won't do that again, I promise. So let's put some of this stuff back because I've got way too much. I don't know why I've got 60 odd obsidian plates. I'll sure I'll use them at some stage. I'm sure I'll get through them. 63 of those. Jesus Christ. Right. What was I doing? What was I doing? That's right. I was going to put some plates in here, wasn't I? So iron plates in there, tin plates in there. So nice. 30k coolant cells and a 60k coolant cell. Why is that still going to the external? I want that internal, and that one as well. Nice. All on the internal buffer. Right. Let's pop those back in there. And that'll give us these 2 coolant cells. So now, for overclockers, what do I need to make? I need some electronic circuits and then some insulated cable. So let's say what I want you to do is to make me 12, please. And you can go on this one. Apply. Nice. Right. So you're going to go to the external one. Why does it do this? I want it to be internal at all times, please. I don't want anything going to the external buffer. Speed slow, redstone mode ignored. Right, okay. 60k coolant cells. So what I need to get is some electronic circuits. So I've got some of those. And some of this stuff. Now that should be making... Why are you not doing it? Oh, it's because I need 3. I need 3 of those. Right, so I need to wait a little while. What you need to do, actually I just realised, is you need to double click so you load the recipe. Click internal and then click apply. I wasn't doing it right, I was doing it wrong. So that was internal, click apply. Then that one is the 60k. Add that one in, internal, click apply. Then this one can be external. And then click external, click apply. Right, so that should work now. Let's put those back in there. That should make the coolant cells 30k, 60k. So it's waiting for another one of these guys, I think. Which is waiting for another one of those. Those can come back out. I don't even know why these keep... Why do these keep coming in? There, look! Nice! 12 overclockers. Now, what we can do is we can go and bung these in our recyclers. So let's see how this does. Let's say 2 of these each. Nice. How are we doing, recyclers? Is that a lot better for you? Probably not a lot better for our power, to be fair. I think I'm definitely going to need another nuclear reactor. How's that in terms of scrap? Getting a lot more scrap? Are you? Maybe we can give this one another one? Another 2. Wow, look at that go. Jesus. It's almost draining its buffer, but it looks like it's doing okay. How's this doing? Struggling. Struggling big time. But are we getting the scrap? We kind of are getting the scrap. Yeah, look at that. Nice. What about this guy? How are you doing? These have all got full buffers as well. It's got like 2 million EU in there. And how's our nuclear stuff doing? Really slowly. That one's almost done actually. Nice. So that's quite a neat little setup, I think. Actually, I think it's safe. It should switch itself off. I'm going to let it run. I'm going to let it fill up all the way, and then come back and check whether it's actually disabled itself. Right. Okay. So that's got to 14,700, and that has emitted a redstone signal. So it's actually monitored that. That's pretty good. But the problem is it's actually switched off everything. It switched off the canning machine as well, which is kind of undesired behaviour. I didn't want it to really do that. That's because it's actually switching off the whole of this MFE. Now, whilst that was filling up, I went and did a little bit of research, and I came across this EU splitter cable, which is fairly simple to make. It's just a lever and some triple insulated HV wire. So I think, reading the wiki and stuff, which I should do, a lot more than what I actually do, but I haven't got time to be reading wikis. I'd rather spend my time sort of fumbling around trying to figure out what the bloody hell to do than sit there and read a wiki, I'm afraid. So let's grab, is it 2 of those or is it 4 of those? Just 2 of those. And then a couple of redstone. And let's see if we can get this thing working, because that'd be pretty good if it is. Because then I'll be quite proud of us, because I think that's it's a bit more of a complex automation, isn't it, to do that. And then let's say, so that's coming in now on that one. Let's say this is going to split here. And it's going to... So it's going to be on that one. Okay? So maybe there? Not that one. So what about there? Is that going to work? I think that's going to work. And then we'll say, right, that goes there, that goes there. So that's always going to be on now. Then this just needs a redstone signal. So if we say now, instead of going up there, instead of going across there and looking completely messy, what I want you to do is I want you to come down here. Let's grab this. Let's make a little passage through to here, just to check that this works. So where's my redstone conduit? Redstone conduit, there you go. Now, if I get down there, I'll have to get down there and try and figure out why that's not. Right, there's the redstone signal, but it's not being put on there yet. That should be turning off now. Are you turning off? It is turned off. Nice. Right, it's got no EU in it. That's good. Now, if we now let this drain, push out from there. Now this should all switch back on. Yes, the redstone signal's gone. This is getting power now. Yes, it works. Wunderbar. Right, excellent then. Okay, so automated production of the old overclockers, pretty good. I'm sure I'm going to be needing a lot more of those as we go forward. There was one last thing that I wanted to show you guys actually. So there was a lot of comments on my previous videos about the last 2 or 3 videos about grid power and extra utilities grid power. So what I did, I moved all of my solar panels over to here. I've got 20 now. But what I also did was to implement some of the suggestions about these water mills. Now these water mills, they're producing 16 grid power each, which is pretty nifty. So what you do is you set them up in this quite nice little pattern. And what you've got to do is you've got to have a flowing water block next to them. Now obviously that's the water source there, and that's the flowing water block there. So it has to be, you can get 4 points per side if you do this, but it has to be the fastest water block. If you don't have the fastest water block, then you don't get the full 16 GP per one of these. And if you kind of set it up in this arrangement, so there's a water source there, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. So basically one water source is feeding 4 faces in this sort of center point. And obviously you can expand this out as you need to. But this is chunk loaded, so chunk loading, you just go on here. Actually, these were chunk loaded. I don't know why they're not now. And if you just hold down shift, then that means it's chunk loaded like that. Nice. So that should work. That should. I mean, I haven't got much need for grid power at the moment, but I think I am going to need it a lot more in the future. So it's good to have that sorted out. It's good to have a little buffer of stuff, of things, you know, just being made when we're not when we don't need them. How are these guys doing? Loads of stuff in there. Jesus Christ. Nice. Lots of things going on. I think this kind of got clogged up and it wasn't working. I fixed it though. I just had to. For some reason, it was just sitting there doing nothing. But now it should be okay. It seems to be working. These are all going out. Yeah, that's good. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, my friends, then please leave me a like, please leave me a comment, etc, etc, etc. In the next episode, we'll probably look at getting maybe the next level of void miners, maybe some tier 2s, or if we can actually, maybe some tier 3s. I don't think we can get to tier 4 yet, but we can still have a look, can't we? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, please leave me a like, please leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.